All right. Well, hello everyone again. This is Dr. David. Welcome to tonight's webinar. And I tell you guys are in for a treat. Dr. Marvin is really one of the best teachers I know of, and it's been a wonderful blessing to us. Remember, these webinars are not to replace your doctor's expert care and attention. If you are on treatment for any chronic illness or condition, please check with your doctor before making any drastic changes to your regimen. We are hoping, as I mentioned earlier, that this will help you, this information will help you work better and more intelligently with your doctor, but not to discard his advice altogether. So please remember that. And with that, I'm going to read out this quote. As knowledge with regard to the effects of food upon man increases, it is more than conceivable that the races that first avail themselves of the new values of nutrition may decrease the handicaps of disease, lengthen their lives, and so become the leaders of the future. And I think this is such an apt quote to start this presentation with, because just having listened to Dr. Marvin and having seen some of the information that he has shared with me about Protandim and the breakthrough technology that it represents, I think it's apt, and I think it spells hope for people all over the world and for people with conditions that they are finding very, very difficult to deal with. So again, Dr. Marvin, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to hand this over to you as I say a couple of things. So remember to click on clean screen, Doc, and then accept that. I just want to say really quickly, as Dr. Marvin is getting his things together, I just want to mention, good job, Dr. Marvin, that Dr. Marvin has really been working with us now for about 2.5 to 3 years, and he has brought some of the best presenters along our way. One of them is Dr. Barry Sears, who is the inflammation guy. Another person is Dr. Daniel Amen, who is known worldwide and internationally known psychiatrist and best-selling author, and a slew of other people. So, Dr. Marvin, we are grateful to have you on. Dr. Marvin has been practicing for how many? Practiced for like 57, 60 years, Dr. Marvin?
53.
53 years, okay, slightly over, but 53 years, and he has basically seen it all. And he has been one of those few doctors that I know have been able to seamlessly transition from the whole strictly conventional medical approach to inculcating and integrating both medical and nutrition and the other aspects of health that too few of us in medical school were trained to appreciate. So it's really, really with great honor and gratitude, Dr. Marvin, that we have you on. So over to you.
Thank you, David. I really appreciate it, the opportunity to get to talk about this tremendous subject that I'm here before you tonight. Protandim, the super antioxidant. Why should we be talking about antioxidants, and particularly a super antioxidant? Well, let me explain a few things before we get started. In today's economic climate, we're seeing more and more stress in all of our lives. That includes psychological stress, dietary stress because of green harvesting, and the nutrients being out of the fruits and vegetables that we eat, the physical stress of going here, yon, and working over hours to just keep even with things, and then most importantly, the environmental stress. There's so much toxins dropped down out of space on this planet, you wouldn't believe it. Some people have estimated it is 10,000 tons per year on the entire globe. Now, the subject tonight is Protandim, as you see on the slide. Protandim is a major scientific breakthrough in combating this problem of oxidative stress, which is the primary cause of over 200 different diseases and the primary cause of the top 10 leading causes of death. It has been said in the scientific literature that 73% of people will die prematurely this year from lack of sufficient antioxidant activity. Yeah, this is the first time science has been able to stimulate our intracellular enzymatic production of antioxidants. These don't work in the blood per se. They get to your cells through the blood. But this is an intracellular enzymatic activator of our antioxidant manufacturing. And
Dr.
we will get into that. Yes.
Hey, Doc, I just checking. Are you changing the slides?
No, not yet. I'm going to.
Okay.
Just getting ready to.
Quick question.
This whole thing allows our body to fight for better health and a longer life. You know, I've never run onto anybody that wanted to age any faster. And this has been proven in 30 to 40 labs to slow aging. Now, the purpose of this presentation, as you're seeing, is timing. This is the perfect time for people to be cognizant of what's in our surroundings, in our environment. This is the perfect time for a plan and program that of this nature, because this is what we call in Latin sine qua non, which means it has no equal. There is no antioxidant in the world ever been discovered equal to the power of this one. There's only two products that this appears in. One is a tablet, and the other one is a cream that you apply on your skin that will cut down aging of your skin and also has treated many different afflictions. There's a dermatologist in Denver that uses this quite frequently, and if anybody's interested, I will be sure and send them information on that. This is an excellent company that makes it, and the science is solid. There's 26 universities doing research on this item, Protandim. 26. There is 8 published, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies proving it does what we say it does. And there's one being published about every month from these 26 universities. So we will go on with this, and let's get started now. Now, the concept of timing is very, very important. You see this magazine, AARP, and what's it talking about here? To live 100 years. Well, let me tell you, my sideline is genetics, and I know how the genome works. I know how the DNA is stimulated by different assaults, and our DNA is made that we might live between 120 and 150 years, but we don't see many people make that. And the reason, my friends, is oxidative stress. That is the cause. And you will notice that only 30% of our aging limit, how long we live, comes from your genes, only 30%. That means 70% comes from outside influences, and that is oxidative stress. And the population is aging. You know, I've never run onto a person that says, oh, other than a 5-year-old, oh, I wish I was older. I wish I would age quicker. Never. Okay? Here's another Good Health magazine. Anti-aging plan starts here. Everybody has an anti-aging plan. But let me tell you, this one you're looking at tonight has been proven in 30 to 40 laboratories. Time, out of work, we have financial problems in our society now, and so we've got to make the best of anything that we take into our body and invest in our health. We have to be cognizant of it because every penny counts. Now, to get help and help others is our whole plan. Many diseases, as I've told you, are associated with cellular deterioration due to rogue molecules called free radicals. Now, the whole situation is this. Oxidative reactions occur when life-essential oxygen combusts within the human body and produces, as we have digestion, byproducts referred to as oxygen-free radicals. We're going to tell you what they are. When an oxidation reaction occurs in metals like you see before you, such as iron, everybody is aware of that. And what do we call that? Rust. It's called rust. When this same process occurs in people, it's called aging. And there is no one on the earth that isn't aging right now. And the problem is, do you want to slow it down or do you want to speed it up? Because that's the whole gist of what we're talking about. High levels of oxidative stress are associated with more than 100 human diseases, including, now this is just a piece of them, cancer, heart disease, muscular dystrophies, diabetes, liver disease, autism, periodontal disease, and Alzheimer's. Now there's many more. At least 200 now have been attributed to the effect of oxidative stress. This causes disease and it causes aging. Now, let's just do some definitions here. A lot of people don't know what free radicals. We're not talking about Al-Qaeda running loose. That's a free radical. But tonight we're talking about free radicals in your body. Free radicals are molecules that are the result of our metabolism of food and oxygen with stress. We produce, now I don't know how to identify this. Some people say it's septillion. I just say it's gazillion. This is how many free radicals we develop every day in our body. We have 100 trillion cells, and these 100 trillion cells produce this many free radicals, okay? And what is that? It's a radical which is a byproduct of our metabolism with oxygen and water and food, and a free radical is lacking an electron. It's lacking an electron. This neutralizes the free radicals if we have damage to the cell from which they obtain the electron. In other words, this free radical comes to a healthy cell, and because its polarity is so strong, it takes an electron all out of a normal cell, leaving it crippled. And if it's a DNA cell, it can produce malignancies because of a genetic variation. So these are bad radicals in your body each day. Now, when we're born, we're able to combat more of these. It's kind of like when you have a new car. Right at first, it runs perfect. It doesn't use any oil, doesn't use any other things, and it puts out very little toxic emissions. But as it gets older and things loosen up in the engine and everything, then you have more toxic materials coming out your muffler. And now we have a law that we have to have a catalytic converter. Okay, just to give you a relationship here, Protandim is your catalytic converter for your body to get rid of free radicals. And it gets rid of them in a big way. So stick with us. Types of stress I just mentioned: psychological stress, everybody burning the candle at both ends, not sleeping well at night, taking antacids constantly, and prescription medications to cut down the excess acid due to psychological stress. Physical stress, working more than one job. A lot of people working 3 now because of the economy. Dietary stress, most of the nutrients in our fruits and vegetables that we buy are not there because of green harvesting. They're harvested before they're ripe. Now, that causes dietary stress on our body. We don't get the medicaments out of food that we have to be healthy. And then environmental stress, whether it comes from pollutions in the air from factories or whether it comes just out of space, whatever it is. Those are the 4 main types of stress that we are all subjected to every day. Now, a definition: what is an antioxidant? An agent that inhibits or neutralizes free radicals by the donation of electron, thereby preventing damage to our cells. In other words, you got a free radical here that lacks an electron. We take in an antioxidant that has a free electron it can give away. So when it gives away its free electron to that free radical, it neutralizes it. Now, 73% of the U.S. population will die prematurely due to a deficiency of antioxidant ability or activity in their body. This involves the top 10 leading causes of death. And that's where the problem comes in. Now, the antioxidant market, you know, out there we have what we call direct antioxidants. That's like these blueberries, this fruit here, all kinds of herbal things you can buy in the health food stores, and different vitamin drinks, and vitamin E, vitamin C, alpha-lipoic acid, CoQ10. All of these are what we call direct antioxidants, and I'll explain the difference. There's two types, direct and indirect. It's a $100+ billion per year business. Over $1 trillion worldwide are spent in either antioxidant fruits or supplements, as you see above me. It's big business, over $1 trillion worldwide. And most of them aren't strong enough to handle our present exposure to free radicals. And what we have here are overwhelmed by the amount. That 300 gazillion number I showed you, it takes an awful lot of vitamin C, blueberries, or whatever to take care of that. And this doesn't work efficiently. Now, the antioxidant myth. The myth is foods and juices with antioxidants as well as supplements do little to counteract the effect of the more than 300 gazillion free radicals we produce every day in our 100 trillion cells. You just can't consume enough direct antioxidants. And this bottom line says incapable of one-to-one method. Now what I mean is almost all these antioxidants you take, this one is the only exception. All the rest of them, 1 milligram of your antioxidant will neutralize 1 milligram of your free radicals. Remember that. That's called the one-to-one. Now, you would need to, if you depended on these oranges and glasses of wine, 87 glasses of wine, I'm sure you wouldn't worry about the economy or anything, but I'm not going into that. 11 pounds of blueberries and 120 vitamin C's daily is what it's been estimated it would take to use direct antioxidants. We consume the antioxidants found in 87 glasses of red wine, 375 oranges, or 11 pounds of blueberries, and 120 vitamin C tablets, 500 milligrams each, and every day to neutralize the amount of free radicals your body produces every single day. Now, I could see you'd be bloated and constipated with all that in your system, but you wouldn't care because you had 87 glasses of red wine. But the bottom line is, this doesn't get it. This isn't something anybody can do. Do you think you could eat 375 oranges or 11 pounds of blueberries? I'd be blue in the face if I had that many blueberries. It's just not possible to do that. Now, Dr. Sanjay Kupa, who is a chief medical correspondent on CNN, said this: studies suggest that our DNA accounts for only 30% of how long we live. The rest is up to us. Thanks to cutting-edge scientific research and incredible advances, practical immortality may not be in our grasp. May now be in our grasp, as you can see. Practical immortality may now be in our grasp. Now, he mentions Protandim in this book. New discoveries in the search for immortality for help you age less today. Okay? I have not read this book. I've read excerpts. Now, the man that discovered what we now have developed for the relief of this antioxidant crisis is Dr. Joe McCord. He's at Denver General Hospital in Denver, Colorado, associated with the University of Colorado School of Medicine. He co-discovered inside the cell an enzyme called superoxide desmutase. And I refer to it as SOD, S-O-D, because that's a big mouthful. You don't have to know all about this depth of science to get relief. It's one pill once a day, keeps the doctor away. Simple as that. Okay, now let's go on here. He won the Elliott Crescent Medal right here in 1997 for this discovery of superoxide dismutase. This is an intercellular enzyme that works powerfully inside your cells. It doesn't work on the outside. It doesn't work in the gastrointestinal tract. It doesn't work in the blood. It works in the cell. Now, when he won this, that made him a member of one that isn't on there, Pierre and Marie, who won the Nobel Prize for radium, and Henry Ford, Orville Wright for the flight, Henry Ford for the automobile, Alexander Graham Bell for the telephone. They are co-winners. They won the same award that Dr. McCord won. It's Pierre and Marie Curie won the Nobel Prize also, and this Elliott Crescent Medal for the discovery of radium. 40 years of research he did. What happened, he discovered the superoxide dismutase, then spent actually 41 years now perfecting something of a natural ingredient in a supplement that would synergize and stimulate superoxide dismutase in a tremendous way. And that is powerful. And I'll go on. Here's what a Protandim bottle looks like. 30 tablets in here, one a day, and it's put into a cream to go on the skin to delay aging, and actually it treats several things. But it's been featured on Prime Time, ABC, PBS Health Quest, and NBC Today Show. Now, I want to show you one of the videos, if we can get it to work here. If you can't, we will go on. But first, I want to tell you, this is a super antioxidant, proven. It's a 1 to 1 million. Whereas I said all other antioxidants in existence is a 1 to 1. This is 1 to 1 million per second as it recycles. So when this is stimulating your intracellular superoxide dismutase, the catalase, and the glutathione, and by the way, the glutathione is stimulated 300% higher in your body with this, then it's 1 milligram of this will eradicate 1 million free radicals per second, and it recycles per second, recycles per second. Now, that will give you an idea of why I call this the super antioxidant. Nobody does that. Okay, this is what the anti-aging skin cream. This was done, this is the before and this is the after. 60 days using true science. Skin cream was used only twice daily. Let me tell you, I'm not a person that likes to use any cream or anything on my skin. I love this one. It goes immediately into your skin and is no grease, and the effects are phenomenal. I've had people that have lesions on their face that in 7 to 14 days they disappeared. Not the face, the lesion disappeared in 7 to 14 days. Now, David, can you play this video?
Absolutely. Hang on just a couple of seconds.
This was on Prime Time, and
edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig. I can record, okay. I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist. It's a pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
It
Wouldn't be the first time I'm giving blood for this company. They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells. But as we get older, some of those toxic radicals overwhelm our enzymes and wreak their havoc. For a long time, scientists thought that antioxidant vitamins like C and E would lower it, but they don't.
And it's turned out in just the last 5 years or so, we see that they're not good enough tools. They're not powerful enough.
But this pill, he says, is powerful enough. In fact, many times more powerful.
So, Doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Whether that will lead to longer life is still unknown. Experiments to see if mice live longer are about to get underway, but it's a tantalizing theory.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
Back to the oxidative stress levels of a child? It sounds too good to be true. Will Protandim work on me? Well, perhaps. It turns out there is some other promising evidence that seems to back up Dr. McCord's findings. That evidence comes from mice that have been genetically engineered to produce more catalase, one of the enzymes that Protandim increases. The researcher, Dr. Douglas Wallace of the University of California at Irvine, says it had a remarkable effect.
We found that they lived, in fact, about 20% longer, which is about a fifth of a lifespan.
He believes that with better techniques, human lifespan can eventually be extended too.
We might be able to increase the lifespan of a mammal by 50%. And, of course, if that was a human being, then that might be in the order of 130 to 150 years. The scientific evidence is there. The pieces seem to make sense. The question is, does this translate into something that humans can take advantage of?
So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic.
There's a huge human experience with each of these ingredients. They've been used often in traditional medicine in India and China and many other cultures, in some cases centuries and centuries.
And so, ancient Eastern healing and modern Western medicine may soon be working together. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks,
Even mental disease.
yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
Dr. James Crapo with the National Jewish Medical Center in Denver is also researching Protandim for the company.
Are you saying that this could be a cure-all? You're looking at something that will have a small impact, but an important impact.
We make no claims about curing any disease or preventing any disease. We hope that when enough studies are done, perhaps such claims might be able to be made in the future.
Clinical studies to assess Protandim in both diabetes and heart disease should start in 3 to 4 months. But what about everyone's old nemesis, aging itself? Well, it's all about balance between the good antioxidants and those toxic free radicals.
And if we can tip that back, we may reduce some of the bad side effects of aging. Why my skin is different than that of a baby, for example. That's a very obvious part of the aging process.
Will this prevent wrinkles?
But you don't want to make false claims. But could it produce wrinkles? It's always possible.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would. I can't guarantee it's going to extend your life. I can't guarantee it's going to eliminate any diseases or cure any diseases.
But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. But because it's being sold as a nutritional supplement and not a drug, Protandim does not need FDA approval for safety. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
That's fascinating. Okay, Doc, back to you.
Okay, we'll go on now, and I hope everybody enjoyed that as much as I did, and I've seen it many times. But we'll go on now. Protandim is the only supplement clinically proven to reduce oxidative stress by an average of 40%, slowing down the cell aging process to the level of a 20-year-old. You see this little asterisk here? Asterisk? Look down here. FDA approved statement. Read it again. FDA approved statement. This is without any argument. This is approved by the FDA that this will happen. And here's what the normal aging process is with T-bars. Actually, people say, what's T-bars? T-bars are oxidized lipids in your blood, and they're directly proportional to your aging. So that's what we use. It's thiobarbarates. That's the chemical name. You don't need to know all that. But this is the way we all are doing progressively, aging up here. No, I'm not. I'm here because I've been taking this for almost 3 months. And this is what you will do in 30 days. You'll get off of this aging cliff and go down here. That I want in my body. Now, you can read here, normal subjects before supplementation with Protandim showed an age-dependent increase in T-bars, the blue circles. The levels of T-bars dropped an average of 40% after 30 days of Protandim. Supplementation, green circles. And the age-related increase in T-bars virtually disappeared. I want to read that again. And the age-related increase in T-bars virtually disappeared. This effect, the gray circles, was maintained at 120 days with continued Protandim use, and it'll be maintained the rest of your life. Now, if any of you know anyone who doesn't want to slow down his aging, then this isn't for them. Everybody else on the globe needs it. Clinical proof. Okay? Free radical biology and medicine. This is in Colorado University research. They found 40% decrease in oxidative stress, as did 30 or 40 other labs who tested this. 30% increase in the superoxide dismutase, 54% increase in the catalase. These are all intracellular. But we hear a lot about glutathione, but this increases 300% with Protandim. You don't need to take the precursor for glutathione. Most all that isn't going to do you much good. It's going to through your body. This works directly inside the cell, and this glutathione you manufacture yourself, and you utilize every bit of your own glutathione. Now, the most prestigious American Heart Association magazine in existence is Circulation. Now, I have an email showing the 2 articles that are in the other American Heart Association magazines, but I've got this one here because this one is the most prestigious. This is Virginia Commonwealth University. Osteopontin. You haven't heard much about it. You know why? There's nothing existent before this that would reduce the levels of oxycontin. Oxycontin is produced in your heart muscle in the form of fibers that causes heart failure as you get older. It's a process that normally takes place due to the aging process. Okay? This Protandim reduced it 50%. Now, heart output preserved and cardiac fibrosis prevented. This, folks, is proof that this will prevent congestive heart failure. +1 at LSU University, skin tumor incidence on your skin reduced 33% from the cream. If you're out in the sun or have a lot of actinic damage from sunshine like I have on my arms and the sides of my face because I was raised on a farm, this is important. Skin tumor incidence reduced 33%. Skin tumor multiplicity reduced 57%. That means the growth, the extra growth that develops skin cancers. That's peer-reviewed science. That's clinical proof, and it's there before you. This was enough for me to get to taking it, seeing this in Circulation. I used to subscribe to Circulation. Let me tell you, it isn't easy for any supplement to get in this magazine. To my knowledge, none has ever done it, other than Protandim. Also, American Heart Association, you try to get any other supplement into it, publication. You'll have a hard time. Protandim has been studied by numerous universities. Their own funded trials, because scientists who knew about the true science of oxidative stress are so excited about the potential of this product. Now, I don't have all of them on this slide. There's 26 universities. But as you can see them, University of Colorado, Denver Health Medical Center, Children's Hospital Denver, Virginia Commonwealth University, etc., University of Florida, University of Kentucky, Michigan, Louisiana State, Ohio State, Vanderbilt, and it goes on and on. Now, what do? They do peer-reviewed studies. What are these studies? They're double-blind, hear me, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies that prove what we say about Protandim is true. Proven. We now have 8 published. I don't know of a supplement that has 8 clinical, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies anywhere in the universe. None. This has them, and there's one published about once a month. So stick around. There's going to be more. We have 8. When I first started taking this, there were 7. Now there's 8. Also patented. We have 3 patents. This one, composition, and this one, preparation of composition to alleviate inflammation. This is a strong, super strong anti-inflammatory. In my book, safer and better than prednisone. And oxidative stress in mammals, all mammals. 3rd patent, methods for enhancing antioxidative enzyme activity and reducing C-reactive protein levels. I have patients that are followed with things like multiple myeloma on their C-reactive protein levels. This lowers your inflammatory reaction and your C-reactive protein from your blood tests. Why haven't I heard about this? That's a normal reaction. Well, they first put it out in health food stores because retail advertising was too expensive. You know, for a new drug to get on the market, I was told this a long time ago, it runs about $900 million to put a new drug out there. If somebody develops a new drug that is absolutely efficacious, it works, it helps people, you got to dig up around $850 to $900 million to get it on the market. So this was the difficulty here. This isn't a big commercialized company, but it's a good company, but not that big to spend that much on expensive retail advertising. Retailers didn't understand the product. When they went into health food stores, the people that worked in there wouldn't study what the science is behind it so they could effectively sell it. So they found out it'd take 80 to 100 million a year to advertise this. So what we're doing is advertising this word of mouth. Word of mouth. Direct selling. This story that you've seen tonight needs to be told desperately. Now this is a window of opportunity. When a new product comes out, here's the curve, and it goes on and then starts to come down over here. Now this company is right here, and this is the opportunity, the momentum of this company that you're going to help us by word of mouth advertising. It's a very unique position to get into a company at this level. 40 years of science, actually now 41, but Dr. McCord has worked on this. I had thought about having Dr. McCord to see if he could do the first webinar on this product. However, he's very busy and, of course, as you know, would be very tied up in teaching and research and a great demand as a speaker. So I decided, with the help of these slides from the company and others that I made, that we would do this on our own. We're going to be doing more in the future, but I'm going to have to do some more work on slides. 40 years of science, and it's a 5-year-old company. Publicly traded on the stock market. Offering ownership and small businesses to people. It's a proven product. Proven. You know, 26 universities, 8 double-blind placebo-controlled studies. This is validated by medicine. This is validated by the medical profession. It's proven. You don't have to try it. I wonder if it'll work on me. Yes, it'll work on you. If you have a pulse and a blood pressure, it'll work on you. You don't need to try it. You open your mouth, put one in, take a sip of water, and swallow it. It works. Period. It's simple. Now available from distributors. This is a wave coming, folks, as you can see, because there's nothing else on the market that slows our aging. Proven by blood tests in 30 to 40 labs. 8 double-blind placebo-controlled studies. I'm passionate about it like I've never been about anything else. Maybe getting married, but I was passionate about that. But this is number 2 passion, okay? Now, if you would like to know more about this product, here is my website. And David's website, the people that put on this webinar, is just like this, except here it is building strength LLC. Building Strength LLC goes here. And you can contact either David or myself. The next webinar, we will have his website right in here. Now, if you want to call me, my home number is, as you see, and my email is docsnarf@kc.rr.com. Doc Snarf. The dot isn't on the email. It's just docsnarf@kc.rr.com. And my cell phone is 816-392-6498. I welcome calls, emails, or you can go to the websites, the two websites. Again, David's website is identical to mine, except it says www.mylifevantage.com/Building Strength LLC. So that's what I invite you, and I'm going to leave that up there. David, is there any questions that have come in?
Yes, sir, absolutely. I just want to say again, Doc, this is fascinating information. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. I think we should also point out, Doc, that if there are people who have been invited by other distributors who are with LifeVantage,
yes,
they should
to get back to them.
Yes, please get back with the person who invited you. We certainly do not want to be seen to be taking your other people's prospects away. So please get back with the person who invited you to this webinar.
Yeah. Mostly, if you don't have any connection with anybody, you can get hold of us at these two websites or call me, and I will explain and answer questions later. I do a lot of emails each day, and I used to have arthritis. The only arthritis I had was in my thumb. At 3 days on this, and I don't have arthritis in my thumb anymore, so I can do a lot of emails.
Now, Doc, can you tell us how old you are?
How old I am?
Yeah.
I'm 81 years young.
Wow. Wow. So
I've got almost 3 times the energy I had. And also, it increases your ability to think. Now, a lot of folks aren't using their head to think nowadays, but if in case you do and want to have a little better boost in your thinking, this is it.
Interesting. And you've been taking this for 3 months now. So, Doc, you should be having the oxidative stress levels of a 3-month-old.
You know, I was a little concerned, David, when I started this. I told my wife and swore her to her oath that when she saw me sucking my thumb, she would stop this because I was regressing too much in my aging.
That's funny. And I'm sure you'll hold her to it, won't you?
Yes. I told my neighbors when they saw me doing cartwheels in the front yard to come over and grab me because I was regressing in my age through this pill a little fast.
Right.
Is there any questions, David?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I just now, obviously, there are questions that are disease-specific, and obviously, we want to be careful with the way we address disease concerns. Doc, is there like I'm assuming that on these websites there would be testimonials and information for people, disease-specific information, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So if you have any specific questions with regards to cancer or heart disease or arthritis, you can check up on those websites and they can call Dr. Marvin for more information.
And what you can do, folks, if you have any questions, disease-specific, call me on my home or my cell phone or email me. And I'll be most glad to give you some articles of what you might need. There's more articles. There's something like 80,000 articles about this product.
And I can certainly testify to that Dr. Marvin is always willing to answer questions and to cater to your needs. All right. Is this safe for children? Does it help with people trying to learn, with learning difficulties?
Yes, it is safe for children.
What age? When can you start giving this to a child?
Well, what I would do if you have a little child, you know, I would crush the pill and give half a pill once a day to a little child that could, and you'd have to crush it up to give it to them. Now, as they get older and able to swallow, I'd give probably a half a tablet until they're about, say, 8 years old. I don't think there's any harm in giving a whole tablet myself after studying it, but why probably they don't need that much on their weight. And, you know, at that age, probably they don't need as much of the oxidative stress reduction, so probably a half a tablet. And then when they get up to be 12 or 13, I give them a whole tablet once a day. It's worked in thousands of children.
Fantastic. How do we access the various university studies that you mentioned and find the layman's translations of these studies?
Well, there's all the studies, and I can send you 7. I don't have the 8th one, but I will soon have it. Have a summary, which you can read.
Okay.
They have a summary. And I'd say most people, unless they're doing research, won't be able to understand the whole article. But email me, and I will send you 7.
Great.
7.
How long before you started seeing changes? Anita wants to know.
Well, I just said in 3 days I lost the arthritis in my thumb. I've had results on an average somewhere between a week, 10 days, and you know I've only taken a little less than 3 months, so a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, and about 2 months. Everybody has some changes. I've had people that took it for a month and stopped it and called in a panic how can they get it quick, because they could tell a huge difference once their body was subjected to Protandim. So it's quick, believe me. It's the quickest I've ever seen a supplement work. Because this does work, you don't have to try it, even though you can't tell you need it. In other words, a person who appears to be healthy, you take Protandim, it's going to make you healthier inside whether you can tell it or not. It's kind of like this. When you have to change the oil in your car, do you feel any different? Okay, if you waited till you felt bad, what would happen to your car? Wouldn't be any good. That's kind of the way this is. You know it works. You may not have anything that you can tell objectively. But let me tell you, if you can't tell, just know it works.
Now, Doc, so the bottom line, the reason why this is so effective is primarily because it helps to neutralize oxidative stress. Is that,
yes,
that what it comes down to?
Yes.
And,
yes.
And you know, that's fascinating that so many conditions can be related to that one thing.
Yeah, that's why we see more of them now than we used to. You see, when I graduated from medical school, cancer was the number 8, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, leading cause of death. We spent around $40 billion under the Nixon administration to fight the war on cancer, and then what is it now? It's second leading cause of death. Who won the war? Cancer. Why? Because they were looking for a drug instead of a supplement, which does gene expression changes. That's what nutrition does. Okay?
Wow. Okay, so how do you answer people who say Protandim is another scam?
Well, they just are ignorant, that's all. You know, I've never seen a scam on 26 university medical schools pulled. I've never seen a scam get 26 universities to spend their own money doing research. I've never seen a scam proven by 30 to 40 laboratories. To say it's a scam, it means you haven't educated them. It means you haven't showed them enough stuff. They ought to understand that by just watching the 2 videos that you will see on the website. The Protandim video and the ABC 60 Minutes video. Now, ABC exposes all the supplements it can to show whether they're a scam or not. On this one, Protandim, they gave us, by their expose, the greatest marketing tool we've got. Is that, you know, 10-minute video that you just saw here, ABC 60 Minutes. So they give us a blessing trying to defame us. You know, they wanted to expose it but they were kind enough and honest enough. If they found out it was fake, they would tell you. If it found out it was what it said it did, they told us. Therefore, we got the ABC video.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, this is really compelling supportive evidence, to be quite frank. I mean, you mentioned Sanjay Gupta, who has been CNN chief medical correspondent for a long time at other universities. That's huge. It's pretty huge.
Well, I tell you what's huge in this is the fact that this stuff has been proven to work. You know, it's been proven. And what we have to do is education. You have to educate the people. I've had people ask me crazy questions about it. I don't get upset. I just figure, well, they don't know, and therefore they have to spend time educating them. This is a perfect thing to educate people with. I haven't had any woman that I've run into that says, Dr. Marvin, I want to have more wrinkles. I want to show my aging more in my face. I want to have my joints swell up and creak and hurt when we walk. I never had anybody like that. So what we've got to do is find the people who have an open mind that will just listen to facts, and they will see this. Show them, talk to them first, show them the ABC video, and let them understand what we're talking about. Okay?
Okay. All right. A couple of questions about the difference between the skin product and the tablet. Now, will it, if you apply it on the skin, does it absorb and have the same effect as if you took it as a capsule or tablet?
The skin product is Protandim in a cream. It penetrates the skin. The carrier is phenomenal. I put that on my skin. I don't have any moisture there any longer than 3 minutes. It's gone in the skin. It absorbs. It rehydrates the skin, but better yet, it takes Protandim on your skin to slow down the aging of your skin. Aging of your skin. Let me tell you how the aging of the skin works. I once did a medical education down in Cancun, and the first day, and it was, you know, in February, and the sun was very bright, and they came in there, a dermatologist spoke, and he handed a picture of a woman to every doctor in the building, or in the room. It's about 40 of us. And he said, I want you to, on a paper, give us her age, your estimate. I estimated her age at 85. She had terrible wrinkled skin. It was really sun damaged. And I said 85. Everybody else said above 70. All the physicians are used to taking care of all ages of people. The answer was she was 40.
Oh, my goodness.
What made the difference? What this will fix. Aging of your skin prematurely due to oxidative stress from sunshine. Sunshine. And that is what the lady looked over twice her age, was because she had oxidative stress in her skin. How do we get it in the skin? We take one pill, put it in her mouth, sip of water, swallow. Open the container of the lotion or cream and put it on your skin where you would like to have it not be sun damaged. That's it in a nutshell. And I have a little missile I wrote called The Science of Protandim in a Nutshell. It's 2 pages. That's all the science you ever will need to know. You don't have to know, well, how do I take this product? How do I take that product? One pill in your mouth, sip of water, swallow. 1 pill a day keeps the devil and the doctor away.
That's unfair, Doc, putting them in the same category. Anyway.
No, we can't put doctors and devils in the same. But when I graduated, one of my professors said, you know, I want this class to know that MD can also mean meddling devil. I'll never forget that.
The doctor said that too. Huh? That's funny. That's funny. Okay, so the cream is really just for the skincare product. This is not something you want to put in internal organs like the vagina or the used as a supposition.
I wouldn't put it in. I wouldn't put it in any orifice. I don't think you need to.
Okay.
You put the pill in your mouth. That's the orifice, and
Okay.
swallow it, because this goes to every cell in your body.
Okay.
Whether it's vagina, rectum, ear, nose, whatever, mouth, throat, any orifice, it'll go in.
Okay. All right. Some people are asking for the price of the Protandim. You want to answer that question?
Yes, I'm happy to. In this economic society, it's $40 plus shipping, 1 month's worth.
Now,
1 month for $40.
That's fascinating. That's fascinating. Okay.
Now,
brain
if you sign up for it, David, if you sign up for it, it's 40. It would be more than that, about 50 if you don't sign up for it.
Okay, and all they need to do to sign up is go to those sites, right?
Yeah. And anybody has trouble, I will help you.
Okay. What blood tests do you want to take? Would you suggest that people take before and after to kind of like monitor the product, the effect?
Okay. If they don't believe the 30 to 40 labs, the 8 double-blind placebo-controlled studies, and they want to test themselves to see if they're a mammal, like all the others are, well, you can do T-bars. The problem is there's not many doctors that ever heard of a T-bar. But you can go and have them call their lab and see if they'll do T-bars. That's fine. I don't know how much they cost, but you can do a T-bar before and a T-bar after. But if they belong to the mammalian species, it works.
That makes sense. All right, Mara wants to know. Now, this obviously is an anti-aging product, and HGH has also been touted as a very effective anti-aging product. So her question is, how does this compare to HGH, in your opinion?
Kind of like a slingshot and an AK-47. Yeah, the other product doesn't even come in the same category as this. This is in a different category. This is way up above that. HGH, there's a limit to where it's safe to take. You can take this until you're 140, and you may have to, because you may live that long. No, this is a new technology, a breakthrough technology. You see, they don't give the Crescent Award to someone who does anything less than invent the automobile, invent the airplane, radiation, Marie Curie, and Protandim. They're all an equal discovery. You got to understand that. This is eons above anything else you've ever heard as far as aging. And it's proven by 30 to 40 labs. It's proven by 8 double-blind placebo-controlled studies. And there is, let me tell you something, how important that is. There isn't a drug in your drugstore that's got that kind of backing. There's not a drug your doctor writes a prescription for that's got that kind of verification. And why has it got that kind? Because the medical community was so interested in it, they took it on themselves to do research to see if it did what we said it did, and they found out it did.
Wow.
Any other questions?
Yeah, a couple more. Is this available in Australia? Steve wants to know.
Yes, it will be available in Australia in July. In July.
Next month.
Yes.
Okay.
July 2011.
Okay.
It's available now in the United States and Japan and Mexico. And it will be available in Australia in July. I'm already working on Australia.
Wow. Okay, a couple more. Okay, where can I buy this supplement? How much? What is the product? What's the opportunity? You need to call Dr. Marvin and talk to him specifically about that.
Yes, you can. You can talk to me immediately, either tonight or tomorrow. I'll be home all day tomorrow. I do a phone call tomorrow night. And if anybody would like to find out how to get on my phone call, email me at that address, docsnarf@kc.rr.com.
Okay.
And I will tell you the opportunity and all the pluses, minuses, and etc.
Okay, here's a great question. Can you take too much antioxidants?
No. No. You cannot take too much antioxidants. I'm talking about this one. Now, you can take 10 tablets a day. I wouldn't advise it, not because it's going to hurt you, but why do you want to waste it? Dr. McCord says all he recommends, get this, is careful. 1 pill in your mouth, sip of water, swallow it, and go on your way. That's all you need. It's that good. When you see that just one of the 3 ingredients are stimulated that's in your cell, the superoxide dismutase, the catalase, and the glutathione, when you see that is magnified to the degree it is with 1 pill, you don't need any more than that. Now, some people who are moribund have been given for, say, 2 weeks, 1 pill twice a day. Or if you have somebody like I know had severe arthritis of their knees and they couldn't go upstairs or downstairs in the basement or anything, they were one level person. It took about 2 weeks, taken twice a day, before he could dance a jig. And he can go up and down now anytime he wants to. So, you know, you might do that for a temporal time. It's not because it'll hurt you. You know, it's not because it hurts you. It's because you don't need it. This stuff is powerful. When you see that that combination does away with 1 million free radicals per second, why would you want to take more? Okay?
Well, that does put some things in perspective, doesn't it? Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, because a couple of more questions. People are saying, okay, does this product take the place of other supplements like vitamin C, vitamin E, CoQ10, the omegas, resveratrol, and others?
Well, that's all up to you. As far as your anti-aging and your antioxidant, I don't think you need the others. Now, I take vitamin E because my heart doctor told me to when he did my heart surgery. I take vitamin E every day. I don't take vitamin C. Now, I take it in a multiple vitamin, but, you know, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to quit taking alpha-lipoic acid, CoQ10, and things of that nature because I know this works in a much more powerful way. You see, if I'm going out here in the wilds to look for bear, I'm going to leave my slingshot at home. I'm going to take my 300 Magnum with me because I'm taking a weapon commensurate with what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for here is slowing down aging. It's slowing down the progression of my body deteriorating from aging and therefore more susceptible to different diseases. So I'm carrying my 100 Magnum, 300 Magnum. It's called Protandim. And I'm taking it once a day. And I'm rubbing any rough place from skin damage, I rub the cream on. And, you know, I may try out for a beauty contest for long.
Animals, horses, can they be used in animals and horses, and how much?
Absolutely. I was hoping you'd ask. Last week on my telephone call, we had a lady, 3 ladies, give us testimonies of how this had resurrected old dogs that could barely get around. And I think they were all large dogs, like setters or dogs of that size, German shepherds, and they were giving them a pill a day. And this one lady particularly, her dog could hardly get around, walked real slow and didn't want to move much. And within 2 weeks, this dog was out in the backyard chasing squirrels and chasing birds and coming in the house and laying on his back in front of her to get his belly scratched. Now, that's what it'll do to animals. I have no testimonies, but my call brings in a lot of testimonies, and I'll try to find out if anybody's given it to a horse. You know, and you know, you could give it to a horse and it still pass the drug test, because this isn't a hype drug like they use.
Right.
There's anti-inflammatories that are very powerful that they give racehorses that they develop arthritis. But they can't detect this. It just means you're healthier. Okay?
Well, I'll tell you what, Doc. If I can be if this can help me be as articulate and as lucid as you are when I'm 80, I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep taking this myself.
Well, I put near talked myself tonight into taking an extra one today. I feel so good.
Okay. Well, the questions keep coming in, so you just tell me when you're done. Okay.
Hey, I'm on Protandim. I can spend the night.
All right. All right. You asked for it. Mary asked a very interesting question. She says, well, what's the new technology if it's all ancient herbs that are in it? So why is it called new technology?
The new technology is involved in the superoxide dismutase, the catalase, and finding out something in a synergistic way that would stimulate them. That's what's new. You know, you still drink water. That isn't new. There's been water ever since the flood. So it's the technology of how it's used. And how it's used is that Dr. McCord worked 41 years on finding the synergism that would produce the stimulation of the superoxide dismutase, the catalase, and the glutathione. And that is the new technology. There's no question about this. This is new, it is powerful, and it's patented, and it's got the most medical validation and clinical experience of any supplement on the market. I'll put it up against anything. Actually, it has more validation than any drug in your drugstore.
Wow.
You see, a lot of the drugs in your drugstore aren't validated to this point. Otherwise, they wouldn't be taking them off the market so fast. Watch your TV. They're taking drugs off the market all the time because they weren't validated. They were put on the market without having sufficient validation, most of them.
Wow. Yeah, that's fascinating, the amount of...
And it's just going to increase, David, because these universities are interested. And we can't stop them. And they're spending their own money. Why stop them? I don't care if they have 26 double-blind placebo-controlled studies.
So
anybody talk to me about another supplement, I'll say, how many double-blind placebo-controlled studies do you have? Because I've been hammered with that for the last 5 or 6 years. I'm not hammered with it anymore.
That's fascinating. That's fascinating. Okay, there's a good question by Catherine. I want some. Joan says, I want some. Need website. Yours, David, put it here, please, so we can see it. Okay, Doc, you want to... Joan is in Australia, and she wants to order it, and I guess she's going to help me help her order it. But,
she better call me. The lady in Australia needs to call me, okay, because I have to do something different until the 1st of July.
Okay.
But I'll find out from my advisor, and we'll take care of her, but it will have to... she won't get the product till after 1st of July, but we can get her order in now and delivery then later. Okay?
Or we could also sometimes help Joan out to buy it for her and then ship it from here to there for her. So maybe that may be an option as well. She'll just have to pay the post.
Yeah. Well, anybody here, call me. You see my numbers on the screen. Home is 913-681-9797, 816-392-6498. And by the way, just before this call, I did a 3-way in Australia. So there's people in Australia that I'm quite familiar with.
Right. Yeah, and I know you've done a lot of calls for them over there. Okay. Can a person who has an autoimmune disease take this product? Well, is there any contraindication, in other words, to taking this in autoimmune?
No. There's no contraindication whatsoever. As long as the person has blood pressure and a pulse, that's all that's necessary. You can take it. There's no drug interference. There's no disease interference. There's no side effects. Open your mouth, put the pill in your mouth, sip of water, swallow, you're on your way.
But Doc, that's really kind of a rather bold statement, though, that this is safe for everyone across the board. I mean, how can we be so sure?
How am I so sure?
Yeah, how can we be so sure that this is safe across the board?
26 universities, 8 double-blind placebo-controlled studies, and the company says so.
And Dr. McCord?
Yeah.
No,
It isn't going to hurt anyone.
That sounds good. Okay, how about if you're on blood thinners? Is there any contraindication?
No. I had to check that with the company just this last week. And what it is, you can take it with Coumadin or heparin as long as you're getting your blood test for your Protandim. Now, if you're taking Coumadin or heparin and not being tested, that's a big mistake. So anyone taking blood thinners are being tested. As long as you're being tested, you can take this. It's not been known to interfere with any of these anticoagulant drugs at this time. That's from the company. I had another person who said they were allergic to caffeine. Want to know how much caffeine is in Protandim? Answer, 4 milligrams. 4 milligrams per tablet. A cup of coffee is 150 milligrams, so it's negligible, infinitesimal.
Okay. All right, how about if you're on 2 baby aspirins? Is it still safe?
On 2 what?
Baby aspirin.
Yes, it's still safe. I'm on a baby aspirins.
Okay. Did you say you're on 8 baby aspirins? Is that what you said?
No, I'm on baby aspirin.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. All righty.
And if you're on 2, it's safe. It doesn't thin the blood. It works inside the cell to produce antioxidants.
All right. Is it? When will it be available in Canada? I would think it should be. I mean, if it's available in Japan, why isn't it available in Canada, for Pete's sake?
I don't know. It depends on the country. It's just like in any supplement, the country has to accept the patents before a supplement can go into that company safely. So it will be. Stick around. They all will be eventually.
Okay. All right. Question.
It's just a matter of diplomacy, having the country accept the company's patents. That's the key.
Gotcha. Okay. Another question about the cream. And by the way, that lady who stood up in front of the audience. I mean, I have to say she I admire her for subjecting herself to that. Most people would not like to be standing in front of an audience and have them tell her that she looks twice her age, 40 years her age, 50 years plus her age. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, that was the doctors.
Oh, the doctors who were saying that. Oh, okay, I see. I see. Still. Okay. I lost it. Okay. How often does one have to use the cream? Can it be used like a daily moisturizer?
Yes. I would use it if you have some kind of skin lesion. I'd use it twice a day. I'd use it most times twice a day.
Okay.
But that depends on how much destruction you have from sunshine. Otherwise, I'd use it once a day.
Okay. Some people questions about glyconutrients and monosaccharides. Do I still have to take glyconutrients along with this?
You don't have to take anything, but you can take them. If you're taking glyconutrients or any of those things, go right ahead and take them. There's no interference. This is an antioxidant par excellence. It has no equal. So I would take whatever your regime is, no matter what you're taking. You know, if you're taking alfalfa capsules or glyconutrients or whatever, go right ahead and take them, but take this too. I have a lot of people do that. I do that. I'm still on all the glyconutrients that I used to take.
It probably help them work better too, I'm sure.
Sure. Sure.
Oh, okay, there have been some discrepancies. About how many patents are there, do you think, for this Protandim?
How many what?
Patents. Patents.
Three.
3 patents.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I'll try to go back to them. There they are. I'll put those on for a while. First patent, second patent, third patent. Anybody got a problem with that?
All right. How long would one tube of the cream last?
That depends on how often you use it and how much you use it. You know, there's quite a bit in there. I'd say it'd last, gosh, I don't know how long, but it will last a long time.
Okay. All right. Well, we're just going to have one or two more questions, and we'll wrap it up for tonight. This has been a fantastic presentation again, Doc. All right.
We've had quite a few people.
We've had close to 300. Actually, close to 300 people actually registered for this event. So hopefully we'll have even more than that next time. How about that? Right?
That's unbelievable. Wait till the next one we do. And folks, by the way, we're going to do these again and again. Okay?
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Looking forward to it. We'll just get you your private spot on these on our schedule, Doc, and then you can do it as many times as you want.
Okay.
Good stuff. All right. The 5 ingredients. Did you mention 5 ingredients in the Protandim?
Yes.
Okay. You want to give it to us again?
No, because I don't have them handy.
Okay. All right.
And 2 of them I can't pronounce.
Yeah, I would think so. Just
They still work in my body if I can not pronounce them.
Who cares?
But if they want to go to the website, or my website, or your website, here's my website, you can go there, and if you can't find them, which is very evident, call me and I'll lead you to them.
Great. All right. One last question for the night. And by the way, folks, we will send out a link for you to. Oh, there you go. Melissa has supplied us with the ingredients. So 1 is turmeric, 2 is green tea, 3 is bacopa, B-A-C-O-P-A, 4 is milk thistle, and 5 is ashwagandha, A-S-H-W-A-G-H-A-N-D-A.
David, can you close your eyes and spell each one of them?
No, sir. I can spell milk thistle and green tea.
I know. They work, folks, and the key is they're in certain ratio to be synergistic to stimulate the SOD, the catalase, and the glutathione the way it does. Okay, any more questions?
Oh, yeah, there are lots of questions. We're just going to have them call you instead, Doc. We're rounding this for the night. The questions just keep coming in. So please call Dr. Marvin. We're going to have to wrap this up for tonight, folks. But again, like Dr. Marvin said, we will be having other presentations, regular ones, I hope.
Yes, we will have regular ones. That's a guarantee.
Bingo. Great. And folks, if you want to join us on our mailing list, go to our website, Building Strength Webinars, enter your email, and we'll let you know as things develop. And we will make this presentation available at the pre-webinar cost price. So that's $4.95. These recordings usually go for $9.95, but I think everybody should have a taste of this and use this for your uses and for your prospects, I guess, and for everyone else. I think this is good information. Doc, any final words of wisdom?
Final words of wisdom is this is a fabulous product. It has no interaction with any drugs. I know of no contraindications to anybody unless they don't have a pulse or don't have blood pressure. If they have both of them, it'll work. Now, 26 universities are doing research. There's 8 double-blind placebo-controlled studies proving it works as the company states. And it's the greatest product I've ever seen, period. So that's my main parting. 1 pill in your mouth, sip of water, swallow, and that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Well said, Doc. Well said. Thank you again for taking the time to do this.
Okay.
All right, folks. Thank you for joining us, folks, and be sure to tune in for our future presentations. Have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on which part of the world you're in, and God bless. Bye.
Thanks, David.
Thank you, Doc.